Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter number 8 and name of the chapter is comparing quantities. In this chapter, we can compare quantities by using ratio, by using proportion and by using unitary method as well as by using ratio method. Let us discuss one by one. Let's start with ratio. Now, what do you mean by ratio? A ratio is a simple mathematical term used for comparing two or more quantities that are measured in same unit. Here we have to remember one point. Compare quantities. Compare quantities of same unit. Here quantities can be length or measurement of length, weight, time, money, etc. Quantities can be anything. Same unit, it means it can be kilometer to kilometer. Both units must be of same kind. You can say kilometer and kilometer, centimeter and centimeter. We can define ratio in terms of same unit. The ratio of two like fractions, the ratio is a like fractions A and B. It can be denoted as A ratio B. Here this is the symbol of ratio. Here this is the symbol of ratio. A is the first term or you can say antecedent. And B is the second term or you can say consequent. Ratio, it means we can compare quantities, two or more quantities of the same type, same kind. Same kind, it means this type and this quantity. Both quantities must be of same type. Suppose we have 5 rupees and another person has 7 rupees. Then we can say here 5 divided by 7. That means a person has 5 rupees and another person has 7 rupees. Suppose these two ratios, we have different kind. We can say a person has 5 rupees and another person has 50 paise. You have to compare these two quantities. Here quantity is rupees, here measurement is paise. Both these are of different type. So we have to convert into same kind. We know that 1 rupee has 100 paisa. So we can say 5 rupees have 5 multiplied by 100. You can say 500 paise. So here we can convert rupees 5 to paise. We can write it as 500 paise to 50 paise. Now, here both these measurements are same, paise and paise. Now, we can find out the ratio between these two quantities. 0 is cancelled out with 0. 5 is cancelled out with 10. 10 divided by 1. We can write it as 10 ratio 1. And this way, we can find the ratio of two quantities. Let us take another example. 30 days to 36 hours. We have to compare these two quantities. Here, first quantity is given in terms of days. Second quantity is given in terms of hours. Both are different type, days and hours. So, we have to convert into same unit. We know that one day has 24 hours. So 30 days have 24 multiplied by 30, 720 hours. Here we convert 30 days to 720 hours. Now second quantity is 36 hours. Here both quantities are of the same kind. Now we can find the ratio. Ratio can be of like fractions. 720 divided by 36. You can reduce into simplest form. It is 20 divided by 1. It can be written as 20 is to 1. 20 ratio 1. Here this is the symbol of ratio. Now next concept is equivalent ratios. A ratio obtained by multiplying or dividing the numerator and denominator of a given ratio by the same number is called an equivalent ratio. For example, suppose if we have 12 is to 8. We have given ratio 12 is to 8 and you have to find out the equivalent ratios of this given ratio. We can find out by either multiplying the numerator and the denominator by the same number other than 0, or you can obtain by dividing the numerator and the denominator by the same number. For example, suppose 12 divided by 8. If we divide both terms by 4, we divide numerator and the denominator by 4, we obtain 3 divided by 2, or you can say 3 ratio 2. Now, you can also obtain by multiplying. If we multiply 12 twos are and 8 twos are. Here 12 twos are 24, 8 twos are 16. So, you can obtain 24 ratio 16. Here 3 ratio 2 and 24 ratio 16 both are equivalent ratios of 12 ratio 8. In this way you can obtain equivalent ratio of the given ratio. Now next concept is proportion. Suppose we have four numbers A, B, C and D. These four numbers are said to be in proportion if we have A ratio B is equals to C ratio D. Or you can say equality of two ratios is called a proportion, and proportion is denoted as A ratio B. This is the symbol of proportion. It is the symbol of proportion. C ratio D. When two ratios, equality of two ratios are said to be in proportion. Now, proportion is denoted by this symbol. It is written as A ratio B proportion C ratio D. Here, first term and fourth term. Your first, second, third, fourth. First and fourth terms are known as extremes. Second and third term. Second and third terms are known as means, or you can say mean terms. We have another equality. If product of means is equals to product of extremes, then you can say these four numbers are in proportion. If you have to prove whether these four numbers are in proportion or not, you have to check whether this equality is satisfied or not. Product of, if product of extremes is equals to product of means, then you can say given numbers are in proportion. For example, suppose you have to find out 25, 15, 6 and 5 are in proportion or not. 25, 15, 6 and 5. you have to check whether these four numbers are in proportion or not. We know that it is A first term, B second term, C third term, D fourth term. We know that if product of extremes, that means A multiplied by D, is equals to product of means second term and the third term, B multiplied by C. Here we can find 25 multiplied by 5, 15 multiplied by 6, 25 5s are 125, 15 6s are 90. Here these are not equal. These two ratios are not equal. So we can say these four numbers are not in proportion. Next is unitary method. When we have to compare quantities by using unitary method, in unitary method, we first find the value of one unit. Unitary, that means one unit. Firstly, we have to find the value of the one unit. After that, we can find the value of the required numbers of units. For example, 6 bowls cost rupees 90. Then what would be the cost of 10 such bowls? Here cost of 6 bowls is given 90 rupees and you have to find out the cost of 10 bowls. Now cost of 6 bowls, it is given rupees 90. In unitary method, you have to find out the cost of 1 unit. So, cost of 1 bowl is equals to, when we have to find out the 1, then it is divided. 90 divided by 6. Now, we have to find out the cost of 10 bowls. When we have to find out more than, here 1, and we have to find out the more units, then we have to multiply. 90 divided by 6 multiplied by 10. 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 2 5s are 10, here 150. So, cost of 10 bowls is rupees 150. In this way, we can compare quantities by using unitary method. In unitary method, firstly, you have to find out the value of 1 unit. After that, find out the value of the required unit. We can find out the value of bowls by using ratio method. How can we find out the ratio method? Let X be the cost of 10 bowls. Here we are using ratio method. You can solve word problems either by using unitary method or by using ratio method. Here let X be the cost of 10 bowls. Here cost. So what is the cost? 90. Cost divided by unit. Here cost divided by unit. In ratio, we have discussed cost in rupees, cost in rupees. Here 6 bowls, it is bowls. So we can compare, we can find out the cost of 10 bowls by using ratio method. Now cross multiply. 6 multiplied by X is equals to 90 multiplied by 10. We can find out the value of X, that is equals to 90 multiplied by 10 divided by 6. 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 2 5s are here 150. So the cost of 10 balls is rupees 150. In this way you can find out by using ratio method. You can use either ratio method or you can use either unitary method. Thank you.